The reason why it could potentially take infinitely many iterations to actually make the right guess is because the code in its current state does not provide additional information to the user to narrow down the search process. The code currently only informs whether or not the user made the right guess, and after that, it doesn't help the user in any way to narrow down the search process. So now let's see if we can improve this code by answering a few questions. The first question that we want to ask is, what if we want to tell the user whether the guess is too high or too low? Can this help the user to make a more informed choice in the next guess? And will this help accelerate the process of guessing the right number? So to do this, we will add a new if condition. The if condition that we will add now is going to check whether the guess is greater than the number. If the guess is greater than the number, we will print that's too high. And in an else if, we will check if the guess is less than the number. If it's less than the number, we will print that's too low. Otherwise, we will print that the user guessed the number correctly. Okay, now let's rebuild this program and see how many iterations it will take with this new change to actually make the right guess. The first number that I want to try is 15. So let's see what happens when I enter 15. Now notice there are two things. The first is 15 is not the right guess, but the program additionally says that 15 is too high, which means the number stored within the program is less than 15. So now this reduces the number of potential choices for the next round. So now let's try a number less than 15. Let's try 8. Okay, 8 is still not the right guess. However, 8 is too low, which means the number that's stored within the program is between 9 and 14. So it could be either 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, or 14. So notice how we quickly reduce the number of choices from potentially being infinite to 6. Now let's try, say, 11. Okay, 11 is too low, which means the number could be either 12, 13, or 14. Now let's try 13. 13 is too high, which means that the number that is stored within the program is 12. So now let's go ahead and verify this. Let me enter 12, and there it is. 12 is the number stored within the program. So what's important to notice again here is, by adding an additional if statement, we provided useful information to the user that helped to accelerate the search process from being potentially infinite to something more manageable. The next question that we want to ask is, what if we wanted to have the user retry until they get it right? That is it possible for us to allow the user to try more than one guess without having to restart the program? To do this, we will add a while loop. A while loop begins with while, followed by a condition within parentheses, and within curly braces we will write the body of the loop that will be executed as long as the condition is satisfied. Here the condition that we will check is whether guess is not equal to the number. So as long as guess is not equal to the number, the user is allowed to make a new guess, and the program will check if the guess is greater than the number. It will inform the user that the number is too high. Otherwise, it will check if the guess is less than the number, and it will inform the user that the number is too low. Otherwise, it will inform the user that they guessed it right. So now let's recompile and run this program and see what changed. Okay. Now the first number that I want to try is 12. So in between I've changed the number from 12 to something else. So 12 should not be the right guess. Okay, so 12 is not the right guess and it's too low. So let's try 20. 20 is too high. So now the number should be between 12 and 20. So let's try, say, 16. 16 is too low. So let me try 18. 18 is too high, which means the number should be 17. Okay, now something weird happened. After we input 17, the program just stopped executing. That is it, we did not see the statement you guessed it right, and the program finished. Now the reason why this happened was the while loop will execute only as long as the condition is satisfied. So once we input the number 17, notice guess is equal to the number, so it does not enter the while loop, and therefore it did not check this else condition, and we did not see the print statement, you guessed it. So now let's remove this else from this while loop because it's useless, and let's put the print statement, you guessed it, once the loop is exited. So now let's recompile the program and run it. This time I will try 16. It's too low. Let's try 17, and notice that 17 is the right guess.